Yvette. So here we have a question from the public, and the question is, I was born breech and 3 weeks late. I remember my mom saying that she would go to the doctor and he would flip me, and before she got back to the car, I was back to breech again. I know there is meaning in it, and I'm just not sure what it is. Very good question, very good question. So, breech births normally tend to happen when there's not enough amniotic fluid in the womb, or they could be that there is too much. Now, in your case, I can't help but feel that there could have been too much amniotic fluid because you kept flipping quite easily. Normally, if there was not enough, then of course the actual flip is really hard and you just stay stuck in a breech position. But it sounds to me like there was too much amniotic fluid, which begs the question, this is very interesting, it begs the question, and this is not even about you anymore, this is now about your mom, and the question is, what in her life actually made her feel that, she's not quite happy with where she's at? What is it that she felt that she emotionally needed to insulate herself from? What in her, it's a feeling more of what in her environment made her feel that I just can create the nest that I want. I can't create the mother environment that I want. I'm hearing very aggressive environmental stress. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a person, but it could be that her environment was very stressful for her and she didn't know how to buffer herself against it. She didn't know how to protect herself from that emotionally. Now, I'm not saying in the sense of feeling unsafe or anything that might have been dangerous. I mean, it could have been, we don't know unless you know mom and you know the story, but it can flip from anything. I mean, sometimes we think, oh wow, that person's reacting like that to that situation that they say was so traumatic, but for me that's really nothing, so what is the big deal? Be careful here not to judge, because what can be very traumatic and very upsetting for one person could mean absolutely nothing to you, and it can flip the other way around as well. So do not downplay certain things that maybe happened in your mom's life that you might think, well, that wouldn't be a big deal. That's your opinion. So keep that in mind as well. Because I see people making that mistake every single day, and they miss vital clues and signs of how they can understand a friend or a partner or a colleague even better by bringing that level of judgment into it. So that is an aspect there that I'm feeling really strong. Now, the other twist side to this is when a child moves the head from being in the upright position down to the pelvis, that can sometimes happen. That rotation can happen a few times. In some cases, it happens once for a child. But the beauty, and this is what I teach in my metaphysical anatomy events, my live or online events, and we spent actually a whole day on this, which is womb day. Now, what happens is that when the heart is facing upwards, where's the head? It's right at your mother's heart. And the heart center is the most powerful and strongest electromagnetic field center in the body. It's much stronger than the brain. Now, and I talk a lot about that in my level 1 online course as well, which you can easily find at metaphysicalanatomy.com. But the point is, so what happens is when you think or feel certain negative thoughts and you energize that quite a lot, the neurotransmitters fires off electromagnetic fields, and these electromagnetic fields hold these thoughts and feelings. Now, what's happening is that this happens in the cognitive system, but it can happen in the heart as well. I mean, it happens in the heart. It's just stronger in the heart. And so whatever it is that your mother was emotionally feeling or energizing quite a lot, whatever thoughts, emotions, that is also being pulsating and radiating through the heart center. And now you have your head here at the heart center. And what normally happens is that just before a child rotates, right? Just before a child rotates with the feet up and the head down, he or she takes the final programming from the mother's emotional state. And that moment in time, when that child starts to rotate, it takes the final programming from the heart, which then also becomes a big part of your personality. Now, the point that I'm trying to make here is that there could have been a part where you perhaps felt too connected, too much connected maybe to mom or to a certain state that it is that she was feeling. And there could have been a part of you that just didn't want to rotate. You wanted to stay connected to that. Could have been a part of you that just didn't feel ready to let go of that connection. So what I'm hearing is a fear of losing connection. And this can be something that can be, triggered, that's been in the family lineage line for a very long time. And when you look at that fear of losing connection, it begs the question, was there something in your mom's life that she had a fear of losing? A fear of connection, of losing something with someone, maybe a dynamic, losing connection to a certain emotion, losing connection to a certain, something in her environment that brought her happiness or comfort or safety, and not wanting to disconnect from that. So there's something there that could have been happening in that specific sense that I'm feeling there. So it's a really great question, and I do hope that gives you, some meaning in terms of what was happening there, because that was a really, really good question. Thank you for asking that. And also, guys, keep asking these really, really great questions. And until next time, be the light that you are.
Hi guys, thank you for joining me, and remember to grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy on Amazon, 679 medical ailments. And I also wrote about the psychosomatic root causes of that, and I'm spoiling you because I even added key points for you to start looking at important questions that you can ask yourself to start improving your quality of life. And also remember to catch me on Instagram, Yvette Rose 1 with the digit 1, and Metaphysical Anatomy on our Facebook fan page. Bye guys!